Recently, I've been on a bit of a Dreamcast kick as reflected on some of the content on this channel, as well as just what I've generally been playing. A lot of the Dreamcast games I've been rediscovering are on my multicade or my iconic arcade machine here. But one game that I got into recently, I never actually played it during the Dreamcast life cycle, but I played it over the past couple months and revisited it again, and I've been playing through it again, is a game for the Dreamcast called Zombies Revenge. And this is kind of like a House of the Dead brawler beat 'em up spin-off, but it's a really unique beat 'em up that I don't think gets a whole ton of love. And in this video, I'm going to go over why I think this is a underrated classic and why you should revisit this on your Dreamcast or whatever device you play Dreamcast games on yourself. So let's take a look. Zombies Revenge is supposed to be essentially, the simplest way to put it is a House of the Dead side story. You play as AMS agents investigating zombies being made for military purpose, and the story's as cheesy as it sounds, and the dialogue, very similar to House of the Dead 2, is also very cheesy. But what kind of separates this game apart from other beat-em-ups or brawlers is the game focuses on a couple different gameplay styles. What I mean by that is you have the option, or you start with essentially guns, as well as you can do hand-to-hand combat with the zombies. And the added cool thing to it is, just like House of the Dead 2, when you shoot a zombie or hurt a zombie, body parts fall off and fly off and those sorts of things. But the biggest thing about Zombies Revenge that I like is just it plays very well. And what I mean by that is the gun usage feels good, and it does a bit of like an auto target thing with each of the zombies. And you basically have a couple different ways to shoot them. And what I mean by that is you can just obviously spam the shot or the trigger button, I guess, to shoot zombies. You can also do a charge attack, so you can hold basically the shooting button down, and that'll basically charge your gun and basically shoot a more impactful shot at the zombie. And you can also, even when you're jumping or moving, you can actually shoot mid-air as well, which is a cool little bonus for this style of game. But one of the things I like about it is when you hit the zombies or you make impact with your bullets, the zombies, you see body parts flying and you see pieces of them get kind of tossed around. And I thought it worked. It just felt good. And the hand-to-hand combat, I would say, is not as tight, but it is good. You have standard, basically just spamming your punches and your kicks, but you can also pick up most of the enemies if you get close enough and slam them down. And then this also makes for a nice combination to slam them and then shoot when other zombies are coming on the way as well. And kind of like most beat-em-ups, this game has a bunch of different pickup weapons, so you can pick up like shotguns and machine guns. You can also pick up things like health. You can even pick up like little additions like flashlights to, I guess, help illuminate the zombies as well. But what I like about the game is the levels feel very varied. So what I mean is, it doesn't feel kind of like a one-trick pony the whole game. It feels like you're going to different areas. There's different camera swoops. It makes use of the 3D visuals. But there's different like camera swoops and aspects that just make each of the areas feel fresh in a lot of ways. And I will be forward. There are definitely bosses in this game that are just essentially bullet sponges, or, you know, you're just spamming your attack button on them until they die. But ultimately, I felt like there was enough variation between each of the different enemy types as well as the boss types that this game felt exciting. Now, I'm not going to put this on par with probably my favorite beat 'em up, which is The Punisher, but I will say this is a very good beat 'em up and very underrated in a lot of ways. I hear a lot of mixed things about this title, but you know, there's a cheesy story that kind of carries it along with some kind of comical elements. They almost seem intentionally comical, that really make the game feel a bit janky, but also funny and entertaining at the same time, to the point that you almost want to hear the story out just for the ridiculousness of it. And it feels like a nice, you know, it doesn't take long to beat the game. I've completed it in like 4 or so hours, but it feels like a nice, like, B-movie brought to gaming in a really good way. And it really took and really leaned into a lot of the cheesiness of House of the Dead 2 and added that aesthetic to its game in a really interesting way. And so I think that Zombies Revenge, you know, you hear a lot of mixed things, and some people don't like the combat as much as I do and those sorts of things, but I think deep down there's something interesting, unique here, and this game is a really unique take on the House of the Dead franchise, I guess is the best way to put it, in a beat 'em up form.